We're always waiting on Andrew.
Everyone. Welcome to your Friday night. You're done with work and it's time to read. Bienvenidos. We are waiting for Andrew's Wizardly Reads, who is unfortunately double booked right now. And
I'm here.
Oh, wait.
I'm still angry.
How's Steve?
Steve is great. I've got to go back there and continue ranting.
You're too in demand, my friend.
It's my fault. I double booked.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you. And in the comments below, every single one of these YouTubers has their link there. Please hit those buttons, smash those subscribe buttons, and follow on along. We are on the end of week 2 of the Readathon. How are your teams doing?
Amazing. Like, duh.
Yeah.
Very motivated since last week.
Oh my gosh, Fina, it's just been like, come on, we can do it. We can do it. So have you seen any common themes? Have you seen people be really excited about any books? Have you seen, like Shogun we were talking about the other day? It's like, how many people are, I know it doesn't fit into the SFF read, but like, are you seeing people read similar things? Are there thematics for books?
So I actually looked at that today when I was tallying up my spreadsheet. I sorted a couple different ways. And you know, our most read author is this guy named A.R. Witham.
Well, that's wrong.
So yeah, you are our most read author. We have 4 entries. 2 have read your novella, and 2 have read Legend of Black Jack. So that was pleasant to total that up. So
that AR guy is a nerd.
We're supposed to be getting them to read good authors. Now, come on. Oh, speaking of which, I had a question about Robin Hobb, and this is completely random, but am I?
Why would you ask while I'm here?
That's what I'm doing.
Go away.
Am I allowed to read Live Ship Traders without? No, I have to start.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
Oh gosh. Hey, you should.
yeah.
But hey, you don't have to read Rain Wild.
Okay. Because I remember starting Assassin's Apprentice like 4 or 5 years ago, and for whatever reason, I didn't click in. But I'm very much into the kind of live ship idea, so I'm kind of excited.
Yeah,
about
no, you could read it. It's just if you want to continue, you want to go back. There's some good Easter eggs in live ship that harken back to Farseer. But if you do plan on reading it all, which I highly recommend, it's one of my favorite series ever. I say you do it publication order.
Read the first 9. You'll be good.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Read the first 9.
Read the first 9. I don't think I've read 9 of any series ever.
Then don't read Realm of the Elderlings, because if you read all of it, it's like 16.
Yeah.
Or it's like the R.A. Salvatore
17
stuff
if you
like
include Piebald Prince.
That one's short though. That's novella, real short.
Yeah, and it's optional because I haven't read it yet. Just being honest.
Nice. So anybody else? You seen any themes?
Yes. I thought this was cool. So we got all of our prompts that everyone's following. And the prompt that has been turned in the most frequently on my team, the one with the highest percentage of submissions, is a new to you author, which I am so happy about because like that was part of the point. Like we wanted to make the categories where they were comfortable and people felt like they could say yes to joining and not have to change their TBR too much because we're weird. We like to plan, but we also wanted to give people permission and the opportunity to kind of be like, well, if I am going to try a new author, why not now? And it's working because a pretty high percentage of my submission forms have been turned in with that prompt completed. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, all my people want to do is take down the hose.
Well,
Madison, I just need to thank you.
Can't wait. So let's see what you come up with this week, Andrew.
To see whether or not it happens.
Because I got a little something right here to show you.
Well, before we get to the scores, I'm a little bit interested to see how you're going to adjust as the game changes. because now we're at the end of week 2. All the people that were going to be doing 5 books like that are done, right? And you've
Pretty
got,
much.
now it becomes less of an individual achievement game and more of a team game. So what are your plans for how you're going to inspire your team over the course of the next week?
No idea. This is all I got left.
Andrew, you can eat a hot chip and inspire us all.
I did that yesterday. No thanks.
It looks
I chewed on the
delicious.
box of another today.
I mean, can I go? I feel like I've been talking a lot. I don't want to talk over anybody, but I definitely have strategy. So,
Oh, well, let's hear it.
so I feel like my team obviously came out of the gate pretty strong, and that was exciting. And I think we are still riding off of that excitement of like wiping you guys out last week. So, like that
Wiping
momentum
is
has
a
been-
bit strong. Whoa.
Dog.
So the momentum has been awesome, but I am a little concerned because like we did it again this week. I feel like we turned in a lot of submissions and I'm like, are we going to lose some momentum? I'm worried about that. And so my plan is just to continue engaging people and like asking them about what they're reading and making sure that they're enjoying the community aspect of it. Cause I feel like that's going to prevent people from just kind of teetering off towards the end and thinking that was fun and now I don't care as much. Like I don't want that to happen to the pros before hoes. So I'm just planning on staying super locked in with my team and just cheering them on. And then the ones that have kind of finished already, encouraging them to stay plugged in as well. So we can kind of keep the morale up.
Nice. Fina, how about you?
Well, I'm reminded of that story with the bunny or with the rabbit and the turtle, you know, that children's story. I feel very turtle-ish at the moment because my team is very chill. It's like, oh, you know, I do one book this week, one book next week. And then at the end, when all the air is gone from all of your teams, we are the ones that coming around the corner and be like, excuse me, you know, we'd like to take the first place here. So I'll feel very good. And I think the team has like that general strategy and it seems to be working out great. I mean, we'll see in a little bit, but at least that strategy of, you know, slow wins the race, one book at a time. That is working pretty well for us right now.
Tortoises and boots.
Yep.
Josh, what you got?
Hey, well, let me tell you all the origin of Red Fury because it pertains to this. So Red Fury was a nickname of mine when I was a competitive distance runner. And the reason that someone called me Red Fury is I always ran fastest at the end of the race. That's when everyone else was struggling in the distance race and I would pass them in the last mile. And that's what my team's going to do. We're going to finish strong and win this thing.
My team just wants me to torture my soul and body and eat hot crap. That's what they want.
For you.
They hate me because they like to see me suffer.
Don't we all?
I love you.
Because one of the things, Andrew, that you're known for, other than DNFing books, is the idea that in a readathon, you can be the pinch hitter. You can be the guy that you bring in at the end is, oh, Andrew finished 18 books.
Yeah, but you see, that doesn't work here because you got a book limit.
Yeah, 13 points is 13 points, my guy.
That's right.
I'll hit 13 points. I'll hit that, no problem.
You'll hit that. Are you going to be able to inspire your team to do that?
You know what? I've got some people I can make some calls. There might be some, I don't know. I might have gotten some street addresses. Read your books.
Well, I got street addresses. That was the first thing I did when I started my group chat. I said, I need to know how to hunt you guys down and make sure you're holding up your end of the deal.
I love it. So really, leadership is less about inspiration than threats.
In my experience, yes.
No, we'll just be like, listen, guys, we got to go beat some hoes. And then just using that line.
Beat some hoes. Wow. Oh, gosh.
I'm sorry.
Once again, keeping that.
Nobody clip that.
More like
Don't
Andrew's
clip that.
wizardly pimps. Jeez.
I'm officially submitting for a change of name. We are
Next
rebranding
week, you're
the
going to
Whistling Pep.
swagger in with like a purple suit and a feather in your cap.
I think we need to go costumes.
Oh god. No,
Look,
Tori's
if this
already
is not a
getting me
costume,
like
what is
a
this?
bonnet.
That's right. We are going to, your pretty floral bonnet will be part of it. All right. Without further ado, let's see where we are. Fina, as always, the turtles are first.
Okay, I'm keeping it short this time. Next time I do a bit more stats deep dive again. But we are at 105 points this week,
104.
which is 44 last week. That's a pretty nice jump, I think.
105 points. How many teammates did you have that turned in numbers?
Oh, the exact. I'm not prepared for this answer.
I know.
It's 42 books that were submitted. It's and we only have one person so far that did all their 5 books. So big shout out to Masterpiece of Turkey, best name ever, by the way.
Yeah, no kidding. I
He's
like
the
them.
only one so far that submitted all 5 books. All the others, as I said, slow wins the race.
Turtles, yep.
Right. Creeping along little by little. So that's 105 points for you?
Yep.
Nice. All right. Last week's first place champion. Will they remain so this week? Prose before hose.
That's me.
Where you at?
Okay. So I want to give a couple little shout outs real quick.
One moment. We're getting some background
No.
noise, crosstalk. Is that coming from? Sounds like a dinner party going on. All right.
Isn't it strange? It's not me. My house is quiet right now.
Fantastic. All right. Sorry, Madison. Didn't mean to
Oh,
interrupt.
no, that's okay. That's okay. So I want to give a couple of shout outs. I have had 2 team members so far completely max out their 13 points. They did 5 books and they were so strategic that they managed to max out all 13 points. And that would be Zen and Jax. And they are absolute rock stars. And Zen is just really cool. We all know Zen. He hangs out everywhere. He's participating in buddy reads. And like when there are other like read-alongs going that like they're like really interested also, like he's just a great community member. So definitely in my chat, like cheering people on. So major shout out. Also, Sundrop Reads was being a total gangster this week reading in the grocery store. Like she's so committed to seeing our team succeed that in the grocery store, she's walking, shopping, putting stuff in the cart, getting things prepared for her family, and reading The Legend of Blackjack on the side. So that to me is major team commitment there. So anyway, shout out to those guys. My team is awesome. This week we submitted 68 forms. Well, no, total. We are at 68 forms total submitted. 68 forms, okay? And one thing that I'm just like obsessed with about my team is they are so good at submitting Goodreads reviews. So out of 68 forms, only 7 submissions have not submitted a Goodreads review.
Nice.
So we've almost doubled our points just by leaving Goodreads reviews. So, and then 41 of those submissions also included bonus points. So we are currently sitting at 171 points. It's incredible, right? Like that's crazy. But I did the math over and over again, and I'm going through the fine-tooth comb on this form and making sure that people are reading books that qualify, making sure that their Goodreads reviews are there, and like we are like.
I feel like your team's peaking early.
Well, and the thing is, there are only so many points one can get. And so my goal, I did the math. We have 31 members of our team. And so that makes it possible that we can earn 403. So my personal goal for our team is 403.
You want absolute max total number of points?
Yes. All 31 people submitting 13 points is my goal. So 403 is my goal. But this week, we are sitting at 171.
That is amazing. All right. Okay, so right now, Prose Before Hose is sitting in the fabled catbird seat. Josh, what can you do?
Well, I tell you, it's going to happen. Like I said, we're going to start peaking. I mean, we have a couple people done, but I mean, myself, I've only done 3 of my books so far, and I have 2 more to max out very soon. So We have 60 books total read and 34 extra bonus points and 49 reviews, giving us a total of 143.
Ooh.
That's a big jump too from last week.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
90 points in the last week. So you can tell, just like I used to in my races, we're starting to speed up. So just wait.
Uh-huh. Mile 3 is where it really kicks into gear. Or in your case, what is it? Mile 13.
Yeah.
Nice. How many points is that over last week? Do you know, roughly?
90. We were at 53. Now we're at 143.
That's impressive.
Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay. I had no idea that the points were going to get this high up in the ether already. All right, Andrew,
we're just behind Red Furies at 141.
141. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Red Fury and Ramblin' Wizards are neck and neck
Neck and neck.
for second
But
place.
you had 60
Meanwhile,
books
Madison
submitted.
is way out front in
We
the hair
only had
position.
54 books submitted. So, I mean, we are putting in a lot of Goodreads reviews. I think only 2 submissions don't have Goodreads reviews.
That's impressive.
And it really
yeah.
makes a difference. Yeah, I see that
Yeah.
too with ours. Like if there's not a Goodreads review, that's a lost point right there. Why would you do that? Yeah.
Right.
So if I can ping 2 people and have them submit Goodreads reviews, I'm neck and neck with Josh.
Nice. That's perfect. I absolutely love it. So, and then Fina. Fina, we've got our work cut out for us.
But you know what? Like, that's a good point about the turtle and the hare, because, like, I mean, I have faith in my team, and like, I think our momentum is going to just like maintain this vitality. But there is something to say about that. I mean, that is a story that has been passed down for many reasons. So, I mean, we're looking out for turtles. We're looking out for turtles.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey,
I
Amazon reviews count just as much.
Oh yeah. Amazon.
Yeah, and honestly, if you're writing a Goodreads review, like, what in the world would stop you from copying and pasting it? Like, if you're gonna look me in the eyes and tell me you don't have 10 seconds to copy and paste something, like, just that's crazy. And it helps the authors. If you enjoyed their book, the least you can do is write a review. So
yeah.
and like
not
this
making it
challenge
complicated.
has really changed my perspective on that, because I'm going to be honest, like, I never write written reviews ever. So this is really changing my perspective, because I've already seen how much it can impact somebody who's just like grateful for a review. So very, very excited about this like mentality shift that I'm experiencing.
And Melissa, I just need to say this. Like we said at the beginning, the second half is where the game changes. And it stops being about individual achievement and starts being about the team. Just because you're done with your 5 books doesn't mean that there's nothing more you can do.
So true.
Yeah, go beat somebody up. Make them read more. Drive to
Intimidation.
Well, there's still so much time. Like, I had people messaging me that are like, "I'm sorry, I've only put in 1 book," and I'm looking at the book they submitted. I'm like, bro, that was 900 pages. So if you could read a 900-page book in 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure you can fit in a novella and a couple cushy little 200-300 pagers. You got this. So I like that it's manageable, and even the super readers have just as much of an opportunity to contribute 13 points as people who do, enjoy and are able to read, lots of books in a month.
Yeah. And Jane, she just posted a comment with big books first. She is not wrong with that. If I'm looking at the bonus points, the majority is the big book bonus point. Like I know my first 2 books were both way over 500, so big chunkers. And I'm just looking at my numbers here, like the average. So we have 18 people, to answer your question now, AR, from earlier, 18 people that have submitted, 18 unique people. And the majority is like 2 books. So there is so much that we can still gain on points. That's why I'm sitting here. I'm super quiet. I'm not worried at all. Like, you have your fun in the first 2 weeks. I'm good. I know my team will do it in the last 2 weeks. We will be fine.
Yeah, that was my whole thing, is getting my chonker. I mean, it doesn't even, for you guys, it doesn't even count. It was like $6.50, but getting
It's a
that
nice afternoon.
right? You read that in the shower, right?
Yeah.
I'm working on my
Awful.
chonker right now, and it's slow going, but
Yep.
You think I would take my books in the shower, AR? What's wrong
Absolutely.
with you?
Just the audiobooks.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a shower speaker. I do.
You really?
Mhm.
It wouldn't be a terrible thing to do in the shower.
I like
You only
long
got like
showers.
15 minutes. We wouldn't get very far.
in there.
Yeah.
Always multitasking. Always multitasking.
All right.
If it works, it works.
Praetorian says Andrew is now advocating for beating hoes and bullying people into reading more.
Yeah.
What can I say? I have a very
Great
tried and
influence.
true method for motivating.
Why aren't you reading more? You have a shower.
Take a shower. Read a
Come
book.
out of there until you finish Hob.
You dirty hoe.
Nobody go and commit acts of violence because I told them to. I'm just gonna put that out there. Like, I'm kidding.
All right, and then the last question I wanted to ask was, what are you reading now? And more importantly, what have you enjoyed the most so far during the course of the event?
This is the best book I've read in like 2 years.
He's loving it. Yes, and then the Two Towers. Now, Fina, is this? You said you'd never finished it before. Have you started it before?
Yeah, I read the first book and half of the second book, and then I was bored out of my mind and put it away. So I'm giving it another try. It's better this round. Like I'm doing good so far. I'm not bored. So that's be careful on the Fantasy Channel what you're saying about the biggest fantasy book out there.
Right? They're going to use that on the cover of the book. I wasn't that bored.
If it's in 2 hours, I was that bored.
I wasn't that bored. Josh, what do you like? What are you reading now, and what are you liking?
I'm actually stepped away from the readathon. I'm reading Stoner by John Williams right now.
Right.
But
Don't let Alan influence you. I'm just kidding.
well, it's just Alan, Joanna, Jimmy, Alex. I mean, everyone's loved it. But yeah, I'll finish that tonight, and then I'll be back to the readathon. I'm going to be reading an indie novella by John Cronshaw called The Fool. And looking forward to that one. Just a new to me author as well, so it could have been a different bonus point, but I wanted to make sure I got something like that in there. So that'll be next for me.
And then Madison, what are you reading now, and what's your favorite so far?
So, like, do you want to know like my book of the month so far? Or my favorite readathon relevant book that I read so far this month.
I'll take both. Always
Okay,
recommendations.
So I'm currently reading Lancelot, and I'm almost finished with it. I have probably less than 100 pages left, and honestly, it's been just okay.
Yeah, Mike said it was doo-doo.
It's been a little bit of a letdown just based on the fact that I wanted it to be like a new favorite. But if I take that pressure off of it, I think it was fine. So that's kind of a bummer, but I mean like 3.5 stars maybe. But anyway, I just finished reading a middle grade book that came out of nowhere, but my niece who's 13 like really recommended it to me. It was called what was it called, guys? It's called The Alchemist by Michael Scott, like from The Office. No, it's not by that Michael Scott, which is a little disappointing. But it
That
was,
would have made
it
it
was really good.
like an instant 5 stars.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
It didn't matter if it would suck. If Michael Scott wrote a
But
middle
it was
grade
really
book.
good. Like I enjoyed the crap out of it. And then next time, I think I'm going to start the Justice of Kings next, which I didn't get on that train last year, but I know that Tyranny of Faith is about to come out, so I think I'm going to read the Justice of Kings. So I'm excited about what I have coming up. But I think I read The Outsiders recently, which I know like everyone read that in high school except for me. But I absolutely loved it. Like I love a good coming of age story, and that like 1960s roughneck kids, outsiders kind of like genre is like a really, really easy sell for me. And so I'm loved The Outsiders, and Tori recommended that to me, which has been in like it's been on my I need to get to that someday list for a long time, but Tori was like her book of the year, and so I was like, that's like 200 pages, I'm gonna read that, and I loved it. Definitely book of the month so far.
What was that author again? Because I need to write this down now.
It's like S.E. Hinton, I think.
You're talking about The Outsiders?
So listen to get this, you guys, real quick, not to get too sidetracked. So it was written in the
Outsiders
late
is really
60s.
damn good.
It was written in the late 60s, and it was written by a teenage girl. She was 16 when this was published, 16 years old. And it's a movie about a group of boys in the 60s.
Mhm.
And it has amazing dialogue, and just the way they talk to each other feels realistic and believable. And somehow in 230 pages, she manages to make this crew of kids that you're like absolutely like invested in. So it was pretty masterful for 230 pages and written by a kid. Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Nice.
All right, sorry to take over.
No, that's all right. We're at the time limit anyway, because we're all going to go and enjoy our weekend now, right?
Woo woo.
Oh my gosh, that
Reading,
was the weakest
reading.
response ever. Are you not going to enjoy your week? Come on.
I am. Cheers. I definitely.
I've got some people to visit.
You need to go to your other live show, huh?
You need to get back on Steve Talks books.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Over
because
it.
I'm making such a great impression of myself.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of the Readathon. And remember, this is the part where you take over, not just with the books that you read, but the way that you support and or intimidate your teammates. So give them your love, give them good recommendations, and let's keep them going. I want to see
Can I
more
say one more
points
thing,
next
Andy?
week.
Andy, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Just to support Team Red Fury real quick. On Sunday morning, I'm going to be on Josh's channel, so everyone in the Readathon should go hang out with us on Sunday morning because it's going to be super cool. And we'll probably talk about Stoner because I have questions.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, I'll probably finish it tonight. So cool.
Yeah, Team Readathon. Woo woo.
Nice. Please send me the link for that so I can throw it up in the events,
Yeah.
and we can all come and watch.
Awesome.
Yay.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great weekend and have
Bye,
fun
guys.
reading.